Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Basha, and yes, we're still in my car. If you haven't seen my previous video, which I address why I'm in my car again, I'll tell you right now. I am in the process of moving from the house that I currently live in, so my room's a bit of a chaotic moving mess, and there really isn't a place for me to just like pop a camera up and just start filming. It's just like not in the condition to do that. So we're gonna be in the car for like, you know, until we move and I set up my room and do all that other stuff. So we're just gonna be in the car until then. Before I get into what I want to say, yes, I realize I am wearing the same outfit. There's the same camera angle, it's the same background, the same everything as in the previous video. I'm gonna be talking about the time I was able to finesse my way into walking for graduation without having without having actually graduated, and I did it all for free. Yeah. We're just gonna jump right in. So this happened about a year ago, and I know that because this happened, this is a graduation story, and like a few days ago, or a couple days ago, whatever, but a few days ago, my college had its graduation ceremony, and I kind of just like forgot that I did this, that this is something that happened and I did this until watching the graduation ceremony, because like the graduation ceremony was all digital because of the virus, but watching that kind of reminded me that this is something that I did. So yeah, my school, like when you reach a certain amount of credit hours, my school sends you an email saying, hey, you're eligible for registering to walk during graduation. So I got this email, and at the time I only had I only have the one class left, and like I had the two things that I needed to do left, one of which is a class. I had those things that I needed to do, which that's a story in itself. And once I get my paper degree from this school, I will let you know. The tea will spill, honey. The tea will spill on this. But I need to actually get my paper first, because I'm scared that they might hold it from me. Even though I know that that's probably not legal, I'm still scared that they might. And I want my paper. So I'll tell you all about that. Spring quarter, I got this email saying, hey, you are eligible to register for walking for graduation. Because like I said, I don't know about other schools, but my school, they send you an email when your credit hours line up with being eligible to walk for graduation. And then from there, you can register yourself to walk for graduation. And then from there, you buy your cap and gown, you get your tickets, you do what you need to do, and you walk for graduation. Side note, cap and gowns are so expensive. Like, I get that it's like for, a degree, I get it's for like, oh, you're graduating college, but like they are so expensive. And then like you have to buy one because with different schools have their emblem, is that what it's called, or logo, or whatever, it's an emblem or logo or whatever. They have them embroidered onto the gown, and then the gown comes with the cap, so you can't just buy the cap without the gown, and it's just really expensive. So I get this email saying, hey, your credit hours line up with being eligible to register for walking during graduation. So I'm hyped. I'm like, yes, like this is happening. I'm about to be done. I'm gonna walk for graduation. It's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna be walking with my friends. It's gonna happen. I was like, I'm gonna have so much fun. This is like my last thing, and I can tell my family right now to prepare, because this is the day. This is what's gonna go down. This is what's gonna happen. I'm hyping them up. I'm hyping up my family. I'm saying this is when it is. You're invited. I got so many tickets. I can get more tickets if I want to. So I invite my family. I make plans with my friends. I order my cap and gown, which, like I said, they're really expensive. My cap and gown was over $200, I think. Yeah. I think it was over $200. It was something astronomical. But so I order my cap and gown. I go and I pick up my tickets. I'm so excited. We're like, yes, it's hype, it's going. So this happens maybe 2 weeks before, not even 2 weeks, man. This probably happens like halfway through the quarter, because my school is on a quarter system. So this happens halfway through the quarter. I texted my friends and my family. I texted them at the beginning of the quarter, and this happens halfway through. So so, you know, I'm sad and I'm like mad and I'm pissed off. And so now I'm thinking, now I gotta return my cap and gown. Now I have to text all of my family. I have to literally text all of my family, everyone that I texted and I hyped up and I told to take off of work, to buy plane tickets to come down here and see my graduation. Like, I have to tell them, never mind, I'm not graduating. I have to tell my friends, never mind, I'm not walking with you guys because I'm not graduating. And then I have to pack up my cap and gown. I have to email the company in which I bought my cap and gown from. So I tell them, like, hey, I have to return my cap and gown. I'm not graduating, whatever. They were really nice about it. They were really nice, and they sent me, they were like, we're so sorry that this is what's going on. Here is the return label. And they paid for me to return it back. Like, I didn't have to pay shipping to return it back to them. And they let me get a full refund of the cap and gown. So that was they were really, really nice about that. And to be completely honest, I packed up my cap and gown, and it was just sitting around my house for weeks and weeks and weeks, because I couldn't bring myself to actually go to the post office and put it in the mail to return it to them. But like, I knew I had to, so I was like, I'll get around to it. So keep in mind, this is midterms is when I found out I wasn't going to be graduating. And our quarters are 10 weeks long. So I got about 5 weeks until this graduation ceremony that I was like not even gonna go to. So throughout this time, I told my family, don't come. I'm giving away my graduation tickets to my friends who need them because they have extra family members coming. I'm like, yeah, I got tickets. I ain't gonna use them. Who wants them? So finals week, the week of graduation, I get this email. Now this, what I'm about to say, is going to prove to you that the different departments of colleges, like, I don't know about other colleges, but specifically my college, they don't talk. They don't relay information to each other. Like, how is stuff supposed to run if you don't communicate with other departments within a collegiate universe? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you just like, how does stuff happen 2 or 3 days before, no, 3 days before graduation? Because I remember this. 3 days before graduation, I get an email from the department that plans and puts on graduation. And it's not like a hey, you know, just so you know, we took your seat away, whatever. It's not that kind of email. It's a confirmation email. And I'm sitting there like, are you seriously? So I'm like, geez, like I'm mad. I'm about to delete the email, and then all of a sudden a thought pops in my head. And I'm like, wait a second. If they still have my chair, can I still walk during graduation? So I get a little bit excited, but also I don't let myself get too excited, because like the lady could also say no. So I send this woman the email, and I'm saying, I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah, my classes. But since it is a few days before graduation and you just sent me a confirmation email, can I still participate? And I kid you not, when I say this woman emails me back immediately, I mean, like, I didn't even have time to click off the tab or get up or anything. Like, I ping right back. And she's like, you know what? We usually don't let this happen, but because I know you, and because it is only a few days before graduation, yeah, sure, we'll let you participate. We'll let you participate in graduation. So I'm like, I read that email about 4 or 5 times just to make sure that I read it correctly. When this woman says that I can participate in graduation, even though technically I'm not done, I'm not graduating. But just as soon as I get excited, I get sad again, because I'm like, wait a second, I can participate in graduation, but none of my family is gonna be here, because I told them 5 weeks ago, never mind. I had returned my cap and gown. Like, I had returned my cap and gown literally the day before this woman sends the confirmation email. I returned my cap and gown to the company. So I'm like, this lady just told me I could walk, but now I'm gonna have to email her and say never mind, because I don't have the cap and gown, I don't have anything. So, but before I do that, I call my mom. I'm like, yo, this lady just told me I could walk. What can we do? Like, what can we do? I'm on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, wait a second. The third thing hit me. You're gonna need tickets to get in. And I gave away my tickets. And my mom was like, why would you give your tickets away? Why would you give your tickets away? She was like, see if you can somehow get some tickets. We need you to get some tickets. See if you can get some tickets. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to like chop my left leg off and give it to somebody to get some tickets, but I'm gonna try to make this happen. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. Keep in mind, this is 3 days before graduation is supposed to happen. So my mom's like, all right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna call the cap and gown company, and you're gonna tell them what's happening, and you're gonna tell them you need your cap and gown. And I was like, Ma, I don't think this can happen. Like, it's gonna cost a fortune to get them to send it to me by tomorrow. One, I'm cutting it real close. Like, what if it doesn't get there? Like, what if it doesn't get to me by tomorrow? One. And two, it's gonna cost a fortune for that to happen. And my mom was like, yeah, she's like, okay, yes, it'll cost a fortune. Can we afford that right now? Maybe not. But you know what? I'll be darn diddly widdly that you don't walk in graduation. She said, I will make this happen. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, you know, I don't think it's gonna happen, you know, whatever. She was like, fine, then just give me the number then. Give me the number. I'm like, fine, okay, whatever. I was like, but I'm gonna look on Amazon. I'm gonna look on Amazon. I gave her the phone number or whatnot, whatever. And she calls the company or whatnot. So maybe about an hour later, right? This is like cutting it close. Like, we are calling this company maybe like an hour, maybe like 30 minutes, maybe like 1 or 2 hours before business hours are done for the day of like any company. So my mom calls me back and she's like, okay, so I called the company, I talked to this woman. And by the end of the phone call, she got the lady to agree to overnight me my cap and gown. Oh, let me take this down. Sorry, you can probably like hear the air. Sorry about that. So she got this lady to agree to overnight me my cap and gown so that I would have it the next day, which is the day before graduation. So, of course, as I predicted, it was gonna cost a fortune. But my mother was like, you know what? We'll make it happen. So all that night, I'm looking on Amazon to see if I could find a cap or a gown that, you know, a cap and gown that somewhat resembles my school's cap and gown. And then I was like thinking about how I could tie my scarf to cover it so that maybe they don't notice that it's not the cap and gown of the school. Because like I said, my school's emblem is embroidered on the gown. So I'm like, how can I trick the school into thinking that this is, you know, that this is a cap and gown from the school? Because if I show up in something that's not from the school, then I can't walk. Fast forward to, you know, graduation. I got my cap and gown the next day, the day before graduation. I decorated it the night before graduation. Like, I stayed up all night to do it. I, you know, participated in graduation. It was fun. We had a blast. It was just, like, it was so great. So, a few weeks go by. And my mom, she calls me up on the phone and she's like, hey, I was wondering if, you know, did you get charged on your card for your cap and gown? And I was like, no, why would they charge my card? You gave them your card. And she was like, yeah, I know, but like maybe they charged the card that was used for the first one. I was like, no, I didn't get charged on my card for a cap and gown. I was like, in fact, I actually got the money that I got the money back for the first cap and gown that I returned. I just got that money back in my, like, refunded back to my account like yesterday or whatnot, right? She was trying to figure out, like, did they, like, you know, like, when is this charge coming for the second cap and gown? Come find out. I mean, actually, I don't even know if this is what happened, but what we think happened is that maybe this woman, like maybe this lady has something to do with it, because my mom was like talking her up, telling her the situation, telling her what happened, and the woman was like, oh man, like she really felt, she was like, I'm so sorry that's happened, blah 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 blah, whatever. Like maybe she had something to do with it, or maybe there was just like a fluke in the system where something didn't get logged the right way. But we never got charged for another cap and gown. Like we were we were given a free cap and gown. Like, honestly, I hope they don't see this and say, yo, give us our money, because I'm gonna say, no, I don't have it. But we didn't get charged for the cap and gown, so I got a cap and gown for free. When it came to tickets, I was able to finagle some tickets from, actually, it was just like, I was going through my backpack and I had found in like a secret compartment an extra ticket, and then like an extra couple tickets, and then I was able to trade one of the tickets for a couple, like I was able to do some like trading around to get a couple of tickets for my mother and my sister. And the only thing is that I was short one ticket for the graduation ceremony, but because my sister and I knew the security guards for our school, and they were the security that they used for graduation, they just kind of let my sister into graduation without any tickets, because it was like, we know you, boo, go on in there and see your sister graduate. Literally like just finessed, like we finessed our way through this graduation in 3 days. Like we pulled this together in 3 days. I got a cap and gown, I decorated it, I got tickets, and my mom and my sister came to graduation. And we all, and it was all for free, because the company didn't, the company gave us a free cap and gown. So yeah, that was the story of how I finessed my way into walking for graduation without having graduated, and for free. I mean, like, I would not do what I did, because as you can see, it was all just like happenstance. Like we just fell into one thing and fell into another and fell into another. So I would not use this as a blueprint for yourself and your graduating and getting stuff for free and stuff like that. I wouldn't do what I did, because there's no guarantee that what happened to me is gonna happen to you. But anyway, I'm gonna peace out to you guys, because I think my phone is starting to get sunny again and my phone's gonna overheat. Thank you.